Kenya recently sped up clearing and settlement periods from 4 to 3 days to help enhance liquidity and faster transactions on the market. Joining us now from Nairobi to discuss efficiencies in the Kenyan capital markets is Rose Mambo, CEO of the Central Depository and Settlement Corporation. Rose, it's great to have you ahead of Women's Day. Let's start off with the work that you do at the CDSC, offering solutions, making the markets more efficient. What does that mean?
Well, CDSC commenced operations in 2004 when we took the paper certificates and converted them into electronic shares. So any transaction that took place on the stock exchange was settled electronically, actually shortening the settlement cycle from 14 days to 1 month, all the way down to T+3. We went T+3 on July 5th this year. And so there's quite a bit of efficiency that's come into the market through the introduction of the CDSC. I mean,
obviously a lot of interest in the NSC at the moment because of the process of demutualization. How's that going to impact on transactions and the work that you do?
Well, we don't see it impacting negatively. We're actually looking forward to a positive impact because we see that NSC will become perhaps more aggressive in pursuing more markets, more products. And for us, that translates into additional work for settlement services. And so we're looking forward to a positive impact of the demutualization on our work.
You say that you offer customized solution, or certainly your website says that, for investors in terms of things being transparent. What does that mean, customized solutions?
Well, one thing that we do offer is we allow customers to interact with their accounts through their cell phones. So once they register their mobile numbers, they can actually log on using their cell phone, view their accounts, view their transaction histories. They can even download a statement of their account. And anytime there's a transaction on their account, we then send them a message saying that this and that transaction has happened on your account, confirm if everything is in order. And this allows people to have more information about what's happening on their accounts. We also offer an email service where we send you your monthly statements on email. And this has also been very well received by the market.
All right, now we've heard of the organization expanding its services beyond East Africa, even talks of introducing this clearance system on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. How extensive is the work that you're planning to do across Africa and that you are already doing?
Well, right now we're focusing on East Africa. We've set up our operations in Kigali, Rwanda, where we've been offering them CDS services, although this will not be for much longer because they've now invested in their own system. But what we're doing is offering registrar services. We offered that for their first IPO, which was the Balirwa IPO in January. And now they have the Bank of Kigali IPO running, and we're also offering them both CDS and registrar services. Moving to Zimbabwe, perhaps in the longer term. Right now they are just in the process of introducing their electronic settlement, and perhaps we'll interact with them later down the road and see what mutually beneficial services we can offer them.
I mean, obviously talking about the Balirwa IPO, and I know that a lot of your prominence came with the Safaricom IPO. As we call for more new listings on stock exchanges across Africa, that's a big issue. For those who make their bids, they don't want to have to wait weeks, even months, to settle these. What lessons have you learned? Because even with Safaricom, the oversubscription created such a big blockage in the market.
I think what we've learned now is to handle the IPOs perhaps slightly differently. It's a good thing to want to have every Kenyan invest in a stock, but perhaps it might not be the best thing to have them invest individually. So what we are looking at is how we can introduce collective investment vehicles so that at the end of the process at CDSC, for example, there's less work to handle because you're dealing with a collective investment vehicle that has brought together maybe hundreds of investors. And this makes the process a lot more efficient. These are the lessons we've learned from Safaricom. In Rwanda, what has been really great is that they are starting off with a fully electronic market, so there's no paper certificates at all. And this has made their IPOs go very, very efficiently as compared to what we've been experiencing in Kenya. So for us, that's a big lesson. And really the efficiency that comes with the electronic systems is something that we need to follow through.
All right, Rose, I'm going to channel you now and pigeonhole you and call you a woman ahead of Women's Day. Now, it's an interesting phenomenon for me that the CEO of Kenya's Capital Markets Authority is a woman. The CEO of the Central Depository and Settlement System is a woman. What is it about Kenya that allows for women to enter the field of high finance that's seen as so male-dominated, so specialized?
Well, I'm going to surprise you a bit further and tell you that in my management team of the 4 top managers, 3 of them are actually women. I think it's an area that women have been working hard to prove themselves. I think, like you rightly state, a male-dominated field makes the women feel that much more pressure to perform. And I think the Kenyan women have successfully performed in their roles in the market and risen through the ranks. I think both myself and Stella, who is the CEO of CMA, have actually risen through the ranks to the positions that we now hold. And it's through hard work, it's through recognition of the hard work that we've done that we've gotten to where we are. So I think women are working very hard to establish themselves and make sure that they go for none less than the top job.